Welcome to the Addicted to DVC podcast, a deep dive into all things Disney Vacation Club. We share tips, tricks, and insider info, helping you make the most of your membership. Join us for the latest news, reviews, and interviews with DVC experts and enthusiasts. Whether you're a seasoned DVC member or considering your first contract, this podcast is for you. Now, here are your hosts, Mike Hurley and Gary Arruda.
Welcome to the Addicted to DVC podcast with Mike and Gary. This is episode 56, recorded in the D. Fauntleroy Recording Studios in Sarasota, Florida, in Cranston, Rhode Island. I'm your host, Mike in Florida, joined by my cousin and co-host, Gary, up in Rhode Island. Good evening, Gary.
What's going on? It was Cliff Ellis parts.
Cliff Ellis. That's what I was going to say that too.
Yeah, I don't.
You didn't know head coach Cliff Ellis?
No, I don't know Cliff Ellis.
So our pre-gaming.
Yeah,
talking
our
about the 1990 NCAA tournament brackets.
Right.
I went to the afternoon session in Hartford, Connecticut. Saw Clemson. Saw Lionel Simmons, the L Train with LaSalle.
There you go. What's happening?
Not much. Just pre-recording, getting our business done.
Yeah, both going away for the weekend. Have to get things sorted out. Works out well. Got the WDW Beyond the Gates came out yesterday, and now we got Addicted to DVC.
Mm-hmm.
Last week we talked about your preview for Hilton Head, which when this comes out, you'll be there.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be my last day. No, we wouldn't have checked out because it'll be Wednesday morning that this comes out. So
yeah. And you've gotten some good messages, some feedback from some listeners about.
Yeah, Zach and I were messaging. He owns it, Hilton Head. So he was giving me some good restaurant spots. That breakfast place he sent me, it looks good. I will YouTube that this evening.
Now, are there a lot of YouTubes on these other restaurants?
No, I mean, there's, like if you saw it 2 years ago, then you have to click on it because there's a lot that's like 8, 9, 10 years.
Yeah, not a lot of Disney food people are going to the
no, you don't. You don't have the DFB.
Checking out the local. Well, that's a niche for you, Pards.
Yeah.
Do some food reviews.
Head basketball coach is Cliff Ellis, assistant coach Gary Arruda.
I didn't know I was the assistant coach when I was 7 years old.
And Edward Hand.
Oh, Ed Hand.
You'd bring him on your staff, wouldn't you?
Yeah, sure. But this week, what are we talking about?
Well, speaking about college basketball and colleges, did you have a fallback college? You're a good student. You pretty much figured you'd get into UConn, right?
Yeah, I mean, URI was my fallback school.
And why didn't you want to go to URI just because it was URI?
The campus was just so much more depressing.
You can be honest. You just didn't want to go to school there, did you?
No, not really. I fell in love with UConn. It's funny because you think about it and you go visit the college, and I went to UConn on like a fall day. It was gorgeous, probably like 80 degrees, like one of those really warm, like late September days. Perfect weather, walk around. Campus was great. I go visit URI maybe a week or two before or after. It's gloomy and gray and like raining a little. I'm like, I don't want to go to this place. It's a dump. Like everything looks worse when it's like that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like it just taints your whole. I did visit UMass Amherst, and you want to talk about depressing? That place is
UMass depressing?
Oh God! Like the dorms, I was there. My dad's like, "Oh, here's where I used to live." I'm like, "Oh, that's looks like just a big block of cement in the middle of nowhere." I guess that's what all the colleges are, but
yeah, the URI dorms are pretty miserable, aren't they?
Yeah.
I spent so many weekends in those dumps, bringing cases of Busch Light.
No one even lives there, though. You can only live there like your first year, and then you have to like go off campus for the most part.
Oh, really?
Back when I was applying, I know that's what it was.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal was with my buddies. I used to work at Haxton's, and then I have to go down to Consumers Liquors because they served minors, and I buy a couple cases and drive them down.
You probably shouldn't name them. They serve Consumer Liquors because they serve minors. We don't want to be throwing them out, throwing accusations like that out there.
What do you think? Why do you think they served?
Well, if they're still a business, we don't want the Rhode Island police going on a bust over there.
That's what I'm saying. I think they were on the payroll.
Oh, okay. Well, things have changed.
Guy used to listen to like a police scanner. Like you'd
I don't
have to
know.
park on the side street and then he'd stand on the stairs and wave you in.
I don't know what the statute of limitations is on underage selling alcohol.
You never
to
did any of
minors.
that nonsense, huh?
No, I had people like you buying it for me.
Yeah.
What was your backup school?
Well, I only applied to 2 and I got into both of them. But one was the University of Arizona.
Yeah.
And I knew damn well that wasn't
Recipe for
happening.
disaster. Yeah.
That was not happening. Somebody who was just cooped up in the miserable Northeast corridor their entire life. You go down to the U of A?
You probably would have died the first semester.
No, I wouldn't have gotten through a semester, but like they were sending me stuff where I want to live, and they had all these like beautiful apartments, like Melrose Place, just apartments with pools, but they were like off campus, but right across the street. So they were run by the University of Arizona. I'm like, nah, this is going to be bad.
You knew it even then. That would be bad news.
Yes. Yeah, a guy like me can't go to UCLA, University of Florida.
No.
Like you were disciplined enough. You would have been, if you went to the University of Florida, you would have been fine.
Mm-hmm.
You would have figured out how to do schoolwork like on a random Thursday when there's like just 40 chicks hanging out in your dorm room.
I mean, you didn't know me when I was 18 that well. I don't think I would have had to worry about 40 chicks hanging out in my dorm room.
Well, it might not have been you pulling them, but you could have had some roommates who.
You say like Joakim Noah was my roommate, and then we would have been okay.
Yeah, so I mean, just suppose that was the case. Then would you have been still be able to focus?
I don't know. I haven't been presented with that type of situation.
Oh, I love your accent. You're just like, I'm done. I'm so screwed. My parents are gonna kill me.
Anyway, so Arizona was your backup. You don't want to
continue talking about this?
I mean, we can. It's not really on topic, I guess. Yeah, I only applied to 2, and then I visited a few, but nothing else was good.
What else did you visit?
Bryant, Quinnipiac, UMass. I think maybe Boston University. URI. That was it in UConn. I think that was it. Yeah. Happy with my choice. Anyway.
I'm glad.
You want to talk about backup, like your fallback resorts.
Fallback resorts, yeah. If you can't get into this school, you had to go to this school. If you can't afford, or you can't squeeze out as many points as you want at this resort, what do you think would be a good backup resort?
All right. So yeah, that's what you're saying. It's not so much that you can't get in. Imagine if there was like a application process and they're like, we're sorry, you don't qualify. You don't quite fit the bill of a, you don't quite fit the bill of a Grand Floridian owner. You may want to try your luck at Pop Century, sir. Okay. That'd be great, having an application process.
Yeah,
would you like, you could do that. That'd be a great job for you. Be like the dean of admissions of DVC. You see these applications come across your desk, you look at them, oh, they're from Central Falls, going through the whole list. You look at the extracurricular activities, see how it lines up.
I would be tough, wouldn't I?
Oh, yeah. Anyway, so
Dean
of admissions.
Dean Hurley. That's a good name, isn't it?
Dean Hurley?
Yeah.
That's like Dan Hurley's younger brother, Dean Hurley. Dan and Dean Hurley.
Dean Hurley. I love that name now.
Yeah, that's good.
What do they wear? Do I have to like wear that hat with the tassels and stuff?
I don't think they do that. I don't think like most people in academia wear that on a regular basis. That's just basically for
graduation
and the Three Stooges when they break into the university. They wear the whole cap and gown to teach.
Maybe I'll start wearing those. I'll look for some on Amazon. I'll start wearing those for
a cap and gown.
Who tune in on YouTube.
The
dean of admissions. All right, so I figured we would start at their two where they're actively selling.
Okay.
When they're actively selling right now, as far as I know. Well, they're also selling at the campgrounds, but I'm not really going to consider that actively selling until they build their tower because they're moving
Sure.
about one contract a month. So I
Hmm.
wouldn't actually say that they're actively selling Fort Wilderness cabins. So we'll just go Polynesian and Riviera.
Okay.
And let's start at the Polynesian.
Sure. So you want the Polynesian to be your home resort. This is your dream resort.
You're trying to sell it to Doc. $217 a point.
That's what it is now, 217.
I don't know what it is with
I think it's
incentives.
more than that. I think isn't the regular price like 239 and it's around 217 with incentives?
Could be.
I don't know. Either way, I don't look at the direct pricing that often, Pards. I don't get emails about that, about direct contracts coming in every day. So you're saying that's a little out of my price range. You look at the point charts there, and I said,
Mhm.
Polynesian's nice. It's my dream. But if we want to stay for 8 to 10 days in a one bedroom, we need about 250 points.
Yeah.
And that's just not something we could swing right now. So we need a fallback, is what you're telling me.
Need a fallback.
Need a Polynesian fallback. And where would that be? Where would the fallback resort be for the Polynesian?
Where would your fallback be? Because my fallback could be different from your fallback.
Now I'm going to tell you where my fallback is for the Polynesian. I'm going to tell you why. I think the Polynesian, if that's your dream, you like the fun vibes. You like the family-friendly atmosphere. You like the aesthetics. You like a lot of the extra stuff. You're not caring about, like, it doesn't have to be high class. It's themed. It's highly themed. It's not super luxurious. It's a nice hotel, don't get me wrong, but it's not
Yep.
like, doesn't slap you in the face with luxury. It doesn't have that feel. It's got a more laid back feel. And I think the backup resort that comes closest to that is going to be Animal Kingdom Lodge. You could
Do
get a
tell.
nice resale contract around $100 a point, 110 a point. I mean, especially if you're getting 250 points, you can get it probably under 100 on the resale market. It's got that family-friendly vibe, very kid-friendly. Lobby's a great place to congregate. Lot to do, lots to keep people busy. Obviously, the location's very different. You're moving off the monorail loop, but that would be my fallback for the Polynesian.
Okay.
What did you have for yours?
That was also my thinking.
Okay,
But let's just
for
go
the
to a
same
secondary.
reasons.
Yeah, same exact reasons. It's just it's
Okay.
got that aesthetic. I think it's way more kids focused.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all the reasons you gave.
Well, if you want to back up to the backup, I think we could be definitely looking at Boulder Ridge.
And that was my backup to the backup was Boulder Ridge as well.
Because you're in the vicinity, you're getting that Magic Kingdom resort for a lower price. Still very highly themed, very relaxed, chill vibes. Totally different vibes, but very
Mhm.
chill. And you're missing out on the pool. Doesn't have a great pool.
I agree.
So that's what you're going to really miss out on, but you're keeping that location. And the
It's got
food
good
scene
food
is
options
similar.
for kids.
Yeah. Yep.
I think you'll agree that Boulder Ridge is not as heavily kid centric as Animal Kingdom and Polynesian because I'm definitely dying to stay there with just Susie because you're not banged over the
that's
head
nice.
with little weasels running around. But I think it is a great kids resort.
Yeah, it definitely is. But
So
that
that's
makes sense.
crazy. We're both in agreement for that.
We agree on that one, yeah.
Let's go to the next one that they're selling. My beloved Riviera Resort.
Riviera. Okay. So same thing. We're trying to buy a direct contract. You look at the charts, you look at the price, you're just saying it's a little out of my budget. It's not where I want to land. I don't think we could pull the trigger on this one. What is your backup resort to the Riviera? Now, I'm going to do it location based. And you're going to get a good price, really great point chart, very aggressive point chart at the boardwalk.
Mm-hmm.
Resale's still holding its value. It's not like a huge one. You don't see a lot of resale boardwalks, I've noticed. Seems like not a lot of people are moving on from those contracts. It's a 2042 resort, so you don't get as long of a life. And but that point chart, it's hard to beat. You get really good bang for your buck on those points. And you're still on the Skyliner, still a great food scene, access to Epcot. It's got a good pool, good nightlife. You know, you don't have the high rise. It's not the same style, not as luxurious, but I think as a backup, I think Boardwalk is great because you're on the same Skyliner in the same vicinity. So that would be my fallback for the Riviera.
Okay.
What did you have?
Completely 180 from what you're talking about.
Okay.
Because I am as you're well aware, I am an owner
Mm-hmm.
at Riviera. And my fallback would be Saratoga Springs.
Okay.
Because it is chill vibe, because it is couples. There are not a lot of weasels. It's just the more I stay there, the more I like it.
That would have been my second. That was my backup to the backup was Saratoga.
That was the backup to the backup? Okay.
For the same reasons. Oddly, that's probably the closest one vibe-wise to Riviera.
Yeah, I would say.
Totally different resort. Obviously, the layout, everything. But as far as like the laid back, the vibes seem very similar. No, I agree with that. I love
and that
Saratoga.
Could be
you
one
don't
of the
have
reasons,
to sell me on Saratoga.
Because you've been peeking around at Riviera. So do you think you'd like Riviera for the same reasons you like Saratoga?
Yeah, I think so. And I mean the Skyliner is huge though. Like I really like the Skyliner access at the Riviera. And it's nice. It's new, shiny and new.
Yep.
The rooms are big.
Rooms are humongous.
It's a aggressive point chart. The newer resorts have more aggressive point charts, so I do understand that.
Mm-hmm.
So your points don't go a long way. But it's a great resort. I would like to stay there occasionally, and the only way I could do that is if I buy a direct or a resale there. So
Yep.
if the right one comes across the desk and I can make a move. I mean, sometimes you got to make the move, right?
You've already gotten a sign off from council, right? A few weeks ago.
Well, things can change, but yes. I don't know how long. Like, is that one of those contracts in the fine print? It's like this offer is only valid for 30 days. Yeah.
No.
This is in
you can't
perpetuity.
go back and ask. Hey, you said.
Yes.
Okay, fine. I can withdraw the offer. That's what you want.
You know, because we don't mind doing split stays. So even doing that, you stay a couple nights at Riviera at the beginning or the end, and then use your other points for wherever you want to stay, and kind of do that, or you save up and do it every 3 years, and you borrow in bank and do a longer stay with a small contract. I mean, there's a lot of possibilities, obviously.
Yeah, a lot of flexibility
with that, or you just use it for those adult only trips. Book those tower studios with the Murphy bed.
I'll tell you that it was available.
Is
the
it?
Tower Studio for Christmas and Christmas Eve.
Oh, did you book it just to book it?
I was close. Somebody like in one of the groups said, just an FYI that's available. And I'm like, yeah, it's gone. It was like 11 minutes ago. And I went out on the site and Christmas and Christmas Eve are available. Like you can't get that Tower Studio. There's like a one day in November or October, and that's about it. And I looked, I'm like, you gotta be. And I did like 24, 25, and then I went next, and it said, okay, told me how many vacation points it was gonna cost. I'm like, this is legit.
That would have been a good one to dip your toe into the rental game. And like, I have a confirmed reservation for Christmas Eve.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. That's a good play. And you know what? It was 20 points a night, which I don't think is crazy for that time period.
No, I mean, that's the highest time period they have.
That's my dream. My dream is to stay, but I got to do a 1-bedroom and put the Christmas tree up, right?
I mean, you could still
Oh,
bring a Christmas tree into the tower studio. You're just not going to have room for
things
anything
tight,
else.
It's tight.
All right, so we have Saratoga and Boardwalk as our backups for Riviera. That's interesting. I like that. Now, what else? Are there any other resorts you want to talk about? Let's say you have your heart set on maybe the Grand Floridian. You want to
Okay.
own at the flagship.
Yep.
Which you do. You're an owner there.
I do.
You like it there.
Yeah.
That was one of the appeals, is you wanted to own there specifically because you love that resort.
I love that resort, and I was just able to get a great deal on a direct, and I just said, to hell with it. Let's do it.
So let's say it just wasn't in the cards at that time, and you didn't want to buy resale there, or there wasn't a good resale. Because at that point, the resale and the direct were pretty close.
Yeah, I was around 197 for direct, and at the time it was say 170. So for $27 a point,
Yeah,
that's not a huge spread.
no. So if it wasn't in the cards and you just
Mm-hmm.
couldn't pull the trigger on that Grand Floridian, where's your fallback? Where's your backup to Grand Floridian owning at the flagship?
My backup is going to be my beloved Riviera.
Okay.
I'm just getting a resale contract there, and I am fine staying there at every
Fine.
stay.
Yeah.
I think they're very similar. Good food and beverage. Nice, chill, quiet pools.
Mm-hmm.
Good pool bar. Good gelato stand outside the pool.
I think Riviera is even more chill because you don't have the people coming off on the monorail all the time and clogging
Yeah,
up the
because you're not
lobby.
getting the people who are, the tire kickers who are jumping around in the lobby.
Right.
Oh, it's such a small lobby. Such a small lobby. Good. Get the hell out of here. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, get out of here. Go back to the Poly.
That's right. So the backup is Riviera for you.
That's what the backup would be for me. Yes, sir. Get that gorgeous 150 points at $110 a point. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, 30 to me.
So I think my backup for the Grand Floridian is going to be, because the appeal of the Grand Floridian to me, obviously the luxury, the flagship, all that good stuff.
Location.
But the location is a huge appeal.
You're going Bay Lake Tower, aren't you?
No, I'm going to give you a total swerve on you. But I'm going to take location into consideration. And I'm going to look for a resale contract at the beach club.
Really?
Because you get a similar, like the rooms are similar vibe, like the beachy, like that Florida kind of vibe, like the colors and then the pool, it has that exclusivity feel because the pool is locked down like Fort Knox over there. So you see the people walking by. You kind of get that same feel, like when the people are in the lobby of the Grand Floridian, they're not staying there and you're staying, you feel like a little better, right? Like, because you get that little snobby owner feel, like you're hanging out here, but I'm living here right now.
Are you saying that I look like I belong, Pards, when I'm in that lobby?
No, I didn't say that, but you have the, you can
pouring
get
a Bud Light into my refillable cup. You saying that I belong?
That's not the point. That's not the point. But I'm saying, like, when you're hanging out at Stormalong Bay and you see all the people like looking over the fence, like, how do you get into that pool? You get that same kind of exclusivity feeling, don't you?
Yeah.
So that's why that would be my backup, because I think that's the closest feel, like, of that to the Grand Floridian, and you're getting that location to Epcot, that best. Which I still think Beach Club to the back entrance of Epcot is the best location. Like, obviously, it's the closest proximity, I think, of any resort to a park entrance, but it's such a cheat code when you're staying there. It changes the whole way you do your trip.
What's that?
if you're staying at Beach Club, having that access to Epcot so easy. Just changes everything. So that's why I'm picking Beach Club as my backup for the Grand Floridian.
You liked Beach Club, didn't you?
It was nice.
But it didn't hit you over the head. Like you weren't looking at resale contracts after your stay, were you?
No, it didn't blow me away. But I did enjoy my time there. My biggest issue with Beach Club is there's not like enough to do at the resort. Besides Stormalong Bay. Like the resort itself isn't a destination.
That's fair.
You know?
I just like that drawing room parts.
That's nice, yeah. Any other ones? Any other choice number ones that we're gonna have to fall back on?
For the Grand Floridian, we've been doing our backup. I would have to say I'd probably, just because of the location, I'd look at Bay Lake Tower.
Yeah, that would be the backup to the backup for me as well. Bay Lake Tower.
You know,
Same
great
reasons.
location.
Yep.
OG, you could almost consider the Grand Floridian, even though it was built like 15, 16 years after the OGs. It's an OG resort.
I don't say the OG, I call it the flagship, because obviously like the Poly and the Contemporary are older, but the Grand Floridian is the flagship. That's what they hang their hat on.
But you've got good food and beverage over at the Contemporary, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely do.
I still say that's going to be a place I'm going to stay and just love.
Yeah, I think so.
Especially Bay Lake Tower. It's just, I don't know. A lot of people don't like Bay Lake. I like it.
You get the right room view there, and you're gonna fall in love with that place.
Yeah, I want the lake view, the one that Angry New Phil Jr.
Yeah,
like sit out on the coffee and watch the boats come marching in, watch that sunrise. Oh yeah.
But they have a lot of rooms that have that view that you could still catch glimpses of the fireworks and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yep.
All right. Any other resorts that you want to say we don't get into?
I'm going to talk about one of the higher priced resale contracts, and that's over at Crescent Lake and its Beach Club.
Okay. So that's my backup, and now we're denied from there. We're not staying at Beach Club anymore.
That's correct.
And what's our backup? I'm going to let you go first, because I got to think about this a little bit. Yeah.
I thought it's a no-brainer because it's right next door and it's the boardwalk. And you had talked about the boardwalk being great points.
Yeah.
Phenomenal
Beach Club is too. Yeah, Beach Club is a great point chart as well.
But not as good, I don't think, as boardwalk.
Not as good, but it's close.
And
it's not that far up.
But boardwalk you can get in the low ones. I've seen it in the high 90s at times. So you can get a hell of a deal on boardwalk.
Oh, for resale, you mean? I'm just talking about the point chart.
No, I'm talking resale price-wise.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely.
That's why I'd move over there, because I don't think it's a huge step down. Actually, I said, the more I stay at the boardwalk, the more I like it. That was never on my list. I never liked the boardwalk. But those rooms, those new refurbished rooms are gorgeous.
Yeah. Yeah, so for Beach Club, my backup. Yeah, it's tough because I want to say, I think I would say Riviera, so I'm just going to do like a full
That's
180
fine.
And say Riviera would be my backup there, because again, you get that access to Epcot. You're a little further away. You're off from Crescent Lake, but you can get a hell of a good deal at Riviera resale. If you keep your eye out, you can get one of those 150s, like you said, for 110, 115.
They got such great deals right now.
With what, a 2060 something expiration date? 2070 maybe?
Yeah, it's a 2070, yeah.
So you're getting an extra 28 years out of the contract as opposed to Beach Club. So yeah, that would be my first backup to Beach Club. Cheaper resale. You have to stay there, which is okay.
Yep.
And then you get a ton of time on that contract.
Yeah, you
which
do.
Is appealing as well. Which is very appealing. And then my backup to the backup, I'm probably going to go to my original home resort, Saratoga.
Why?
I mean, it just because of the value. You could get that place for a song on the resale market. The dues are low. Good point chart. It's just a good safety school. That's like a safety school, Saratoga.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing a couple years at CCRI before I make a final decision. I'm going to buy that Saratoga contract before I really decide.
Such a good contract, isn't it?
It's a great contract.
Such a good contract.
And you know what? I love staying there. I don't feel bad staying there. Like some people that own there, they never stay there. They always use it to go somewhere else. But
yeah, it's a good room. It's a
good
great
resort.
room.
It's gorgeous. The grounds are gorgeous. Great access to Disney Springs. Pools are great there. Yeah, it's just a good resort. So that would be my backup to the backup.
You know what else I like?
What's that?
I like having a golf course there because I fart around in that clubhouse.
Oh, the pro shop. Just looking at the shirts.
I just keep. Oh well, maybe they'll have they didn't have it yesterday. Maybe they'll get their merchandise in today. Remember that Peter Millar that I slept on, and the next day it was gone. It was a Peter Millar pullover, and he was throwing a temper tantrum. And she's like, it fit like a glove. She's like, you got to get it. It's $180 next day. Yeah, I'm gonna go get it. It's gone. Guy's like, if you see something, he goes, I'm not trying to sell you. He goes, but if you see something, you got to get it because it is going to be gone. I'm like, yeah, I know.
Learn that lesson.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that would be my backup to the backup there. How about you? Do you have a second backup for Beach Club or?
It's probably going to be Boulder Ridge again.
Yeah. I get it. It's a similar kind of feel as well.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that.
Another, decent kids resort.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good access to the Magic Kingdom on the boats.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice. That's a good feature.
Plus, you're far away from everything too. That's what's so nice about that resort. It's like it is to the Magic Kingdom what Riviera is to Epcot. It's just another layer outside. You have easy access.
It's connected, but it's insulated.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I know exactly what you're saying.
Like, when people rip Riviera because you can't walk there and it's not as good as Beach Club, I think it's a positive because it's a Skyliner away. People aren't leaving Epcot to go get ice cream and to go get No, I agree
with that. I mean, when you're staying at Beach Club, nothing beats walking back to your room in 2 minutes or whatever, 8 minutes, whatever it takes.
No, I see that, but I think I can get there faster on the Skyliner.
Yeah, it depends on the room. Yeah,
it totally depends.
And obviously, the only downfall of the Skyliner is if there's any weather, it just stops. And then
inclement weather, you're screwed. Yeah, 100%.
Then it ruins you because if you're hanging out in World Showcase, like, we'll just pop out back to the resort. All of a sudden, Skyliner is down. Then you got to go to the front. You got to catch a bus. Total disaster at that point. But anyway, anything else you want to wrap us up here?
Well, we'll wrap us up. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube at DVC Addicts. Email the show info@addicteddvc.com and join our Facebook group, DVC Addicts. For my cousin and co-host Gary in Rhode Island, I'm Mike in sunny Southwest Florida. Thanks for listening. We'll talk again next week.
Thank you for listening to the Addicted to DVC podcast with Mike and Gary. We want to hear from you. Email us at info@addicteddtodvc.com and follow us on all socials at DVC Addicts. We appreciate you being a part of our DVC community, and we'll see you again on our next episode. Thanks again for listening, and welcome home.